welcome to Bleep Bloop. I am Jeff Rubin, joined as always by Pat Castles. Today we are asking literally everybody we know, what video game would you play if your life depended on it?
If my life depended on playing one game, it would be Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for the Game Boy Advance. I couldn't have played this game more as a kid if it was legally my job. This was a Final Fantasy Tactics game, so it was a game that you could pick up and play. It was turn-based, and it was on the Game Boy, so you could take it literally anywhere. So you could play it on the toilet, at a red light, anywhere you'd be normally playing a Game Boy game.
And you did.
And I did, constantly.
How deep did your addiction go? Like, what was a symptom of your...
I got yelled at a family Thanksgiving for just constantly playing this game. I regret missing none of those memories, because these were so much better.
Was it like in the middle of Thanksgiving, like, that's enough, or was it like after the fact, like, oh, and listen, just now that it's over?
I think it was just like, more of like a creeping emotional response my family was trying to apply to me, like an emotional
malaise.
Just a pressure to try and put this game down.
If my life depended on it, the video game that I would choose to play would be Sonic Adventure.
And this is the Dreamcast Sonic Adventure.
Sega Dreamcast Sonic Adventure. That's right.
It's also, well, it's good because if you're playing against someone, there's nobody else who ever had a Dreamcast. So
exactly.
you would have
I've got
advantage.
the edge. I might be the world champion.
If my life depended on playing one game, it would be Mario Tennis 64.
Did you ever play actual tennis?
I didn't take it very seriously, let's put it that way.
Did you take Mario Tennis seriously?
Yeah. More so than real tennis.
Did you play the computer, or did you have like a league with your friends?
I played the computer. I went
I see. Never mind. No follow-up questions.
The game I would play if my life depended on it would be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game for NES.
Now, we're in this hypothetical. Your life depends on it. Which turtle are you picking?
Oh, Leonardo, all the way.
Really?
Leonardo's my dude.
I think Donatello is the best Ninja Turtle in the video games because he's always got the longest reach.
But not in this game. A big flaw with the first game was that Donatello was cheap.
And also he didn't swing the bow, it's kind of like...
He like
extended from his body.
He shit it out from his hands. It's just like...
Yeah.
But in future games, they corrected that, and they had him, you'll see he kind of holds the staff like in the middle, so it's like as short as the nunchuck and the
It's still pretty
size
dishonest to the whole point he would pick the bow in the first place.
Yeah.
I picked Animal Crossing. If my life's depending on it, I'm in a pretty stressful situation right now, and I want a game that's pretty relaxing and low-key, and that doesn't get a lot more relaxing than Animal Crossing.
Can one be good at this game? As much as one can be good at this game, are you good at this game?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Like, the only way you can really lose at Animal Crossing is if, it's publicly known that you're playing Animal Crossing.
Which now for you
Which now everyone knows, so I'm kind of lost and I'm gonna die.
If I had to play a video game like my life depended on it, it would have to be Final Fight. I love Final Fight. I played it for hours and hours, then I would beat it, and then I would start all over and play again as the different guy.
Who's your favorite?
That's tough, man. That's a tough question. So, like, Cody...
Dude, you come on Bleep Bloop, I'm gonna ask the tough questions.
Ah, shiz, dude. This is like...
Where do you stand on
This is like
Syria?
being on-
Who's your favorite guy in Final
Oh,
Fight?
God, I feel like I'm on Susie Orman. Well...
My life depended on it, I would play Tetris.
There's something really satisfying.
You know what's kind of a fun fact?
Yeah.
I just realized is a very popular video on CollegeHumor way back in the day was the Tetris guy. Right? Which was originally written not with a Tetris game next to it during the video. I directed that video and took it as a personal challenge to create the game that would go along with the video. So like that's how intimate my knowledge of Tetris is like I had Tetris games, imaginary drawn Tetris games strewn across my floor.
I picked Worms Armageddon because originally my choice was Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors. But I decided that I wanted the last moments of my life to be possibly happy.
If I had to play a video game to save my life, I might die, but I would try to play Jez Ball.
Now, Jez Ball, for those that aren't familiar.
Who's not familiar with Jez Ball?
I'm not, I must admit.
All right, wow.
Do you guys think it's a coincidence that the game sounds like Jizzy Balls?
Oh, I wonder.
I thought it was, you came in, I saw you coming and I heard Jez Ball. I thought this was like some sort of pornographic game or something.
Oh yeah, no, I could definitely get off to this, but that's not the entire.
If my life depended on a game, I would pick NES Ice Hockey.
This is, I think, the only really fun, still today, simultaneous two-player Nintendo game. Maybe Tecmo Ball. I was never super into football, but like...
Dr. Mario.
You're right, this game... Is Dr. Mario two players simultaneous?
Yeah.
Alright, well, Tetris, Dr. Mario, but like, come on. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Real video games.
I also think this is better than Blades of Steel, too.
Blades of Steel was good, though.
Because I was way into that game just because it was, newer and had some voice in it.
Blades of Steel.
Also, I swear to God, my brother does not believe me, but I played Blades of Steel so much when it came out. I swear my pet parakeet was tweeting along to the opening music.
If my life depended on it, the game I would play would be Mario Kart 64.
Is that because this is the Mario Kart that existed when you were like 13 or 14, that prime video game years?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just good memories of being in my friend Josh's, you know Josh.
We all know
being
Josh.
in Josh's basement, playing this. It was when you finally started to develop, interests, and you were kind of coming into your own, and you wanted to control something, and this was what you could control.
Josh actually told me, he said in that basement you were debating either website entrepreneur or Mario Kart champion as career goals.
Yeah, and I took Mario Kart champion.
The game I picked is Mario Kart 64.
A popular choice today.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because Mario Kart has that rubber banding mechanic where when you're in 8th place, you get the bullet, you get the spike shell, and they make it easy to catch up?
Yeah.
So it's inclusive by design almost.
Yeah. It's for everyone.
It's for everyone, and that's why I cannot abide it as a video game. I hate its inclusiveness. I declare it bullshit.
If you're gonna ask me what video game I would play if my life depended on it, I would say Final Fantasy. Well, I think it's technically Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 3 by the American numbering, 6 by the true Japanese numbering, the good one.
Well, let's keep it true. So this is my favorite video game. When I was a kid, I was really, really obsessed with it. I used to have there was certain levels that I don't remember how many games I was allowed to have saved, but I would have them saved to for example, the opera scene. It used to always make me cry because the music was so beautiful, but then you got to fight an octopus at the end.
It's funny, I used to play this game too, but for me, the opera scene, I don't remember it at all, and I'm sure when it happened, I was just jamming on A as fast as I can, trying to get through it.
If my life depended on playing a game, I'd have to go with Diablo 2, guys. I have some background with Diablo 1, and I have been recently playing Diablo 3, so I feel like I'm not as rusty as one would imagine.
Why would you pick 2 if you're playing 3 now and you have some history with 1?
Because I'm 31 years old now and have a wife and jobs, but Diablo 2 came out my freshman year of college. So I remember playing Diablo I had beaten it a couple of times. I'd killed Diablo a couple of times, and then I was playing with my barbarian character, and it was the middle of the night, and my buddy signed on, and he went to school across the river, and I was like, yo, dude, do you want to kill Diablo with this character? He's like, I am nowhere near. And I'm like, me neither. And we just stayed up.
If my life depended on it, I would play Gone Home. Number one, because I'm really bad at video games. So this is a game you can't actually lose because it's just a narrative, interactive story.
So you're not good at video games, so you want to pick a game you can't lose, but you're knowledgeable enough about video games to kind of find a loophole and trick this nerdy jigsaw who has put you in this bind in the first place.
Have people already brought up the saw thing? Because I'm definitely picturing that I'm strapped into some sort of murder machine that's also got a USB port plugged into the laptop.
And Jeff's face pops up on the TV screen.
No!
If my life depended on it, I would play Civilization 5.
Do you want to pick an easier game?
It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's just time consuming. It's challenging.
I guess it's difficult in the amount of dedication it takes.
Yeah, well, I figure if my life depends on it, I want it to last a while. So that way, even if I lose, I've spent a good amount of time playing.
Honestly, I was just gonna play Civilization 5 anyway.
If I had to choose one game to be good at, it would probably be Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition in the arcade.
You spent a lot of time when you were younger at an actual arcade. I think some viewers might not even know what these things are. Playing Street Fighter 2. Were you a legend there in the arcade?
Well, I was kind of. It wasn't an arcade. It was a pizza place. In my town, we had two places with this specifically: a pizza place and a sporting goods shop that no one bought the sporting goods to. Just people would just go there because it was close to school.
Because they were all fat from playing too much Street Fighter.
I picked Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars. All my friends played this game too, so we were all getting through it at the same time. And I remember one of my asshole friends ruined the ending for one of my nerdier friends. it was like devastating to him. He like broke up their relationship. He was so pissed. Because I mean, this game, you play this for like 70 hours.
Right,
you know?
right.
Like, you commit to this.
Did he do it on accident or was it like malicious?
It was malicious. He said,
so mean.
Hey, my name is AMIR Blumenfeld, and I think the game that I would play if my life depended on it is Snood by Dave Dobson.
Is that true? Is that the name of the guy that invented Snood?
I'm starting to think you're not a snoodist. I really am starting to think that.
I mean, you went to a Snood beach for a vacation once.
I lived on a Snoodist colony for close to 5 years.
How much Snood would you say you've played?
Between the ages of 18 and 20, I probably played 2.5 years worth of Snood. And since then.
I picked Zombies Ate My Neighbors as the game I'd play if my life depended on it because it's my favorite game of all time. And if I'm going down, I'm playing my favorite game of all time.
Just while we have you here, as the producer of this show,
yes,
for however many crazy number of episodes, how has that changed your opinion of video games?
I've avoided a lot of bad ones.
There we go. We've done our job.
I've also, but I think to
so you were going to play the Bachelor video game until you
If my life depended on it, I would play Mario Paint. If my life depended on it, I can't fail at being like creative.
Oh,
like,
someone
I'd
should
be
tell my
good.
dad that.
I played Tetris Attack.
Yeah. How pathetic is Nintendo and the way that whenever they come up with a dry, boring puzzle game, they're just like, I don't know, throw Wario on it or something.
Yeah. I was reading about Tetris Attack, and it said that the guy that's in charge of the Tetris brand, as the years went on, came to regret giving the Tetris brand to Nintendo for the use in this game because he's like, it has nothing to do with Tetris.
It has nothing.
It's totally different.
So in addition to like kind of fortifying their idea with Yoshi, they also got the Tetris name. Two things that really have nothing to do with the game. I think they made a Pokemon puzzle game. Pokemon Puzzle League, I think, is like Tetris Attack 2, if you can follow that.
Yeah, this
Tetris
game,
Attack starring Yoshi and Bowser, of course.
they really pulled off an incredible heist because this game should be called A Bunch of Blocks.
If my life depended on it, I would play Eco. This game was playing at the same time as doing BioShock Infinite, which is a very different experience in Companion, because BioShock Infinite, your companion is like really helpful, and this one, except for the fact that she sometimes uses her magic, is just like the absolute worst.
Suze, if someone didn't know you and just watched this video where you're picking Eco, you're talking about playing at the same time as BioShock Infinite, they might think you're really into video games.
Yeah, no.